Alright guys, welcome to my first YouTube video about the day trip to Isla del Encanto. The deposit for this trip was about 33 bucks American, and that provides transportation from the hotel or the apartment via bus, which leads you here to Cartagena, El Centro, and you take a boat from El Centro all the way to the island. You share the boat with a bunch of other people, but you know, there's COVID regulations and everyone's wearing a mask, so it feels pretty safe. Here's a good view of a few of the islands on the way. There's actually 26 or 27 different islands around the Cartagena area. So here we are, arrived at the island, Isla del Encanto. Once we got here, we had to pay the remainder, which was 100 American. That's for two people. So a total of 130 for two people. That includes transportation there and back, an alcoholic drink each, and a lunch buffet. But look at the view here. There's nothing like it. You can't even see anything else in the view. The island is secluded, private. There's not a lot of salespeople, vendedores, except for a few of these guys selling some pretty cool jewelry for really cheap. So you got a full bar here, white sand beaches. The water is really crystal blue. You can see through it. They've got a pool, two different restaurants, but those were not included with the price. So we just waited until lunchtime. This is actually a hotel, and if you want, you can stay the night here. Price is about $100 a night at this hotel, which by Colombian standards is pretty expensive. That's 35,000 pesos, but really beautiful. Look at the horizon. Breathtaking. Isla del Encanto, bungalows. All right, so here we are. This day trip excursion was not included in price. This was another 30 bucks, but well worth it. This isn't call it Oceanico, but it's a full aquamarine life zoo kind of. Not like SeaWorld. You know, it's educational. There is still animals in captivity, and I was cognizant of that. I need to do more research on this place, but it was for educational purposes, so I felt like it was all right. So here we are, walking to the entrance. There's a place you can take pictures on your way out. Oceanario, that's what it's called. Check this out. We're getting into the area. The turtle. These pelicans are huge and super brave. They will just come right up to you and take food out of your hands. So it's kind of scary, but there we are. Check this guy out. But anyways, yeah, so another $30 for this day trip in the middle of the other day trip. This is more of an activity that you can add on. And this will include both of us being able to get into the water with the dolphins, pet the dolphins, take pictures with the dolphins, which you'll see coming up here. A lot of cool decor. All right, so now we're gonna get into the area where all the different marine wildlife is. I suppose it's not wildlife if they're in captivity. Unfortunately, my Spanish is pretty good, but when people start talking about things that have to do with science and marine biology and things of that nature, and I'm also trying to record a video, I can't really understand everything. But here we are, look at that view. Definitely would recommend this. So my girlfriend is about to get into the water with the dolphins. Excited. Here we go. So see, this dolphin is actually in an open area. It's not closed off. It could swim away. But I guess he comes back for all the food. The dolphins really only like taking pictures with females. That's what the trainers told us. They don't really like taking pictures with males that much, which is kind of funny. But here we go. Super cool. When I was young, I did this in the Bahamas with my parents. It's a lot of fun. But in the Bahamas, we actually also got to ride the dolphins and stuff. So I don't know if that's a function of them being trained better or what. So yeah, in order to book a trip like this, once you get to Cartagena, all you have to do is, there's salespeople all over the streets, but it's better if you go to an actual store that offers these activities and excursions. That way you're cutting out an extra middleman. Here, it was really cool. These are sand sharks, and they're doing a feeding. Look how the birds are just so comfortable. They just sit on top of the sharks as they're feeding. And look, the birds are stealing some of the fish as well. I don't think sand sharks are super aggressive though, so they feel comfortable doing that. As far as getting to Cartagena, you know, our entire Airbnb was only $900 for an entire month. And a round trip ticket is gonna cost you anywhere between $500 and $700. So once you get that round trip ticket, that's your most expensive thing that you're gonna spend here, because most people aren't gonna spend an entire month. But you do get that nice discount on Airbnb when you do 30 days, so that's always nice. They'll knock anything between 30 and 50% off of the total price when you do an entire month. Here we got some of these big fish that can feed you for a whole week. Now we're getting into the sharks. These are the bull sharks. These are the dangerous ones. I was actually thinking, like looking at all the little kids, I was like, what would happen if one fell in there? I think these sharks are pretty well fed. As you see, there's other big fish in the same containment area as the sharks, and they don't get bit or eaten. But these things are about 3 meters long. They definitely could kill somebody. And here we got the dolphin show, which is super cool. You know, I'm not super sure of how I feel about this. I need to do more research. I know that, you know, SeaWorld has definitely been getting it lately. I know that this company does a lot for the environment and puts a lot of money in. And they even had a couple signs and things teaching people about, you know, littering in the water and things of that nature. But this dolphin show was really cool. And all this is included in the initial $130 for 2 people, which is really only $65 a person. Here's just an overall view of all the different areas where there's different species of animals, marine life. They got 3 different species of turtles in here. These turtles can grow to be like 2 meters long and 90 years old. That's what the guy was saying. Look how clear the water is though. And again, I really like excursions like this because when you try, here's some of the guys that killed Steve Irwin, R.I.P. That was my dude. Stingrays. These aren't the massive ones though, but look at that view. In Cartagena, it rarely ever rains unless you're in the rainy season, and that's going to be in like December, November, October. So we've been here 2 weeks now and not even had a single rainy day. Unlike Miami, where you get, rain every day, at least for a little bit. We haven't even seen a drop of rain as we've been here, and it's been 2 weeks. Probably might not even see rain for the entire month. And we don't do excursions like this every single day. On a regular day at our Airbnb, we have a private pool. We have private beach access, and those things are all free. And when we have a day like that, all we do is eat at local restaurants. You can get a nice dish of seafood or steak or chicken. For both of us, it's going to be for an entire meal, including tip and a drink, probably about $10. So, every once a week, I'd like to do a special excursion. We already went to Playa Blanca. That was a closer one and more of a public beach. This Playa Encanto had no sales guys, which is probably the biggest thing that can be annoying a little bit when you're in Colombia, but that's most countries. If you're going to travel and go to a place that's super beautiful and super cheap, you're going to have a lot of the sales people. But if you're just friendly, no gracias, no necesito, people will leave you alone. There's the turtles again. And I'm trying to keep all of these videos around the 15-minute mark. Maybe I'll start making them under 10 because I know everyone has a short attention span, and some of the things in this video could even be repetitive. But it's my first YouTube vlog, so testing it out, see how you guys like it. So this is the guy who explains everything. It's all in Spanish, so when you come, maybe you want to bring a translator, or if you know Spanish, you'll be able to understand the gist of it. He basically explains all the animals, their diets, lifespan, talks about, endangerment of animals. So here's kind of like a little aquarium type area. Look at that guy. Got some starfish. And this little aquarium does have a display that kind of, here it is, where they talk about the trash in the ocean. They try to educate the locals about, how bad it is when you litter. A lot of the plastic and things of that nature end up in the water. So, more starfish, Patrick Star. And we're nearing the end here. There's like one more little display. Got some octopuses and seahorses. Apparently when a seahorse mate dies, it decides to die as well, so it's kind of strange. Normally these octopus guys hide in the back, so that was kind of cool to get to see them. And I'm going to be dropping another vlog soon about just, normal day-to-day activities in Cartagena. We're staying in the Boca Grande area, which is the beach. So not the beach area, not in the downtown area, the walled city. It's more expensive there. There's a ton of salespeople all over the streets, and it's better probably for night clubbing and things like that. But my girl and I like to be near the beach. It's less expensive, and whenever we want to go into town, it's a 10,000 peso cab ride, so that's less than $3. So here's the entrance. So after the excursion, we came back, we had lunch. We both got the fish. They had fish, plantains, boiled plantains, arroz de coco, which is a coconut sweet rice, which I'm eating way too much of. And we came back and enjoyed the beach, bought a few bracelets, and then around 4 o'clock, we head back out. So the entire excursion was from 8 a.m. get picked up at the hotel. By 9, you're at the island, and then come back by 4. So that's it, guys.